Patricia, I'm believing that there's going to be a march there by some of the NGOs. We've got some church organizations, a lot of civil society organizations are going to be converging there. Just talk to us a little bit about what we can expect outside the Hawks offices.
Good morning, Leanne, and of course to our viewers. Now I'm standing right outside the Hawks headquarters here in Silverton in Pretoria. Now, of course, this building right here behind me, this is where, of course, the decision was ultimately taken to summon the Minister of Finance, Pravin Gordhan, and of course the other former SARS officials. It is here, this is the nerve of the operations of course, the Hawks. But I must make it clear that, of course, although the decision was taken here, it is not here where they will be reporting today, as of course they have been instructed by the Hawks. They will, of course, be reporting at the Hawks' commercial unit, and that is in the Pretoria CBD in Visagie Street. So of course we will be moving there right after this. And we expect, of course, some of the members of civil society as well as, of course, religious groups together outside that particular unit in Visagie Street, and it is there that they will show solidarity in support, of course, of the Minister of Finance and the other former SARS officials. But right here, it is a business as usual. Of course, everybody outside the Hawks headquarters going on about their everyday activity, almost as if nothing is really happening, even inside. It's quite peaceful, but of course, a lot of activity expected to take place. Some of the civil society organizations that we expect to gather in town today is, of course, Section 27, which will be led by Mark Hayward. We've also gotten a confirmation that, Solidarity will also be joining them. So it's expected to be a lot of activity right there, as, of course, even members of the public will be joining those organizations in, of course, an attempt to show solidarity and support of the group.
Patricia, I'm also having a look here on yes, thanks very much, Patricia. I'm just having a look at some of the latest that's also coming out here, is that we've got the ANC's head of the Economic Transformation Committee, Enoch Godwana, saying that the manner in which the Hawks probe against Minister Pravin Gordhan is suspicious. So it just appears that from all different factions, there's a lot happening behind the scenes, and I'm sure that this is not the end of what's going to be unfolding, and I think it's going to be a very, very busy day today, no doubt. Many having things to say. Godwana is saying, I'm being told other things he's being charged for by violating the PFMA. And if you look at how the transaction of the PFMA, no one has ever been charged in South Africa since its promulgation, including the bureaucrats. So why pick on Gordhan? I'm quoting Enoch Godwana here. So it's the charges that are now under the spotlight, Patricia.
Well, certainly the charges that are under the spotlight, and of course the reaction that this whole action has, of course, drawn from the public domain. You would know that social media yesterday was a buzz when the news started making the rounds that, of course, the summons have been issued, and the minister has to report to the Hawks offices today. A lot of people are linking the summons to political decisions, saying that the matter has now been escalated not only to a mere investigations, but it seems like there might be, a high-profile political figures that are behind this whole matter, and that is one of the elements that have been, of course, drawing outrage from the public domain. People seeking answers. Some saying, but it seems like he might be charged with espionage. Some saying, but there is no such a charge in South Africa. Where do you even begin? And some saying, but if he is going to be arrested, then the Hawks must just communicate that very clearly, and they must just issue a warrant of arrest and get it done with, and so that his lawyers can also be prepared in case it is so that he will be arrested. But of course, the other view as well that we have heard is that he might not be arrested. Of course, we spoke to the Hawks spokesperson Hangwani Mulaudzi, who told us that he he is not, at liberty at this stage to engage the media on this matter. So he is not really saying much, but some other insiders within the Hawks that have engaged with they expressed their concern, saying that they don't understand the public outcry and how people have actually gone and attached this to a political saga that's playing out, saying that this is a normal investigation. There is a case that was opened at the Brooklyn police station, and the Hawks has to follow due process. They basically just want to ask questions, saying that there was a docket that was handed in at the Brooklyn police station with a long list of victims. Now you'd understand that, of course, the rogue unit that is at the center of this so-called matter right now is apparently a unit that was established within the heart of SARS, and apparently it was operating illegally. It was spying on certain individuals, and it was obtaining intelligence apparently unlawfully. So basically some of the people within the Hawks are saying that we're only looking at one side, but what about the victims? The victims whose names have been attached to that docket that was opened at the Brooklyn police station, how people's rights were violated, and all that information needs to get out. So they're not necessarily, here to arrest the minister and the former SARS officials, but they rather want more clarity as to how the whole unit was established and what were the core functions of the unit. How did the unit operate? And in that way, they can, have more meat around their investigations, and they can decide what's the way forward. But there's so much information in the public domain. There's also reports that the NPA is already involved, and the NPA is also gearing up to actually prosecute. So until the Hawks really engage the media and tell us what is the latest, what is really happening, are they planning to arrest him? Is there a warrant of arrest? Is the NPA really gearing up to start prosecutions? Until then, it's really just speculations and people expressing outrage and, no one really knowing what is happening. And it seems at this stage as well, it seems like the Minister of Finance himself is also not sure what is happening. But of course, we're now moving to town where we will be bringing you an update. Of course, we expect the other three members, that is the former spokesperson Adrian Lakay and of course Johan van Loggenberg, to report around 9:30 in Visagie Street, and that's exactly where we're heading now.
Good. Thank you so much, Patricia Visagie. We'll get an update from Patricia. As you can see, she's got her finger on the story and will keep us updated on all of it. Well, in other news,